of biology, which deals with the study of endocrine system and its function and its physiology is known as endocrinology. Father of endocrinology is Thomas Edison. Now, nervous system versus the endocrine system. Endocrine system transmits the biological messengers impulses by chemical means with the release of neurotransmitters or with the release of some hormones. Here they transmit through electrical impulse. Use the circulatory system to transmit the signals. Here they use neurons. Signal transmission is slow in endocrine. With the help of hormone, the signal transfer is slow, whereas with the help of nervous system, the signal transfer is fast. It affects the widespread because it is present in the blood. It affects the widespread, but since the nerve ending are to targets towards certain organ, they are localized. Did you got the difference between the endocrine system and the nervous system? How the coordination is seen in the endocrine and nervous system? Yes, please write this. Done? Is it done?
No, ma'am.
Okay, to write down.
Did you understand the difference endocrine and the nervous system? How the hormones plays a role, how the neurons plays a role? Is it done? Yeah. Endocrine glands and hormones. Endocrine glands are the ductless gland. What do? They secrete hormone. Remember, does hormone provide any nutrients? No, they do not provide any kind of nutrients. Very important to note. They just act as a messengers. Okay. Do they provide any nutrients? Your answer should be no, because they are just the chemical messengers. Is the point clear? They are required in a very less amount. Write down. They are required in a, they are produced in a very trace amount, and after they produce, they are used up in the reaction. They are used up in reaction and do not accumulate in the body, and do not accumulate in the body. Point is clear? Any doubts here? They are low molecular weight. They are low molecular weight. And they affect only target organs. Ma'am, please check this. Just check that. Yeah. Sit. Biceps is down. Yeah. Hello. Hello, Sam. Is it done, everyone? Yes. Did you understand the property of the hormone? Okay, done. Why you did so many times this? What? It got mixed. Okay, done. Yeah. Just check that one. Yeah. Can you done? Next. Next is types of hormone. On the basis of the chemical nature, hormones are divided into four groups. On the basis of chemical nature, the hormones are divided into four groups. The first is peptide hormone, that is only protein, such as insulin and glucagon. Second is steroidal hormone, such as estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, cortisol, all those steroids. The third is thyronin or thyroid hormone, which is of T3 and T4. Thyroid hormones. The last one is amino acid derivatives, which is also called as biogenic amine, which is derived from amino acid. Please write down this. Examples for amino acid derivative, I'll tell you after you have written this part. So write down this and then I'll tell you about the examples for biogenic. Done? Next. Done? Now, what is biogenic amine means? Biogenic amine means those hormones that are derived from amino acid. Example is, first one write down. Examples for biogenic is epinephrine or norepinephrine, which is the derivative of tyrosine amino acid. It is derivative of tyrosine amino acid. Melatonin hormone. Melatonin hormone. It's a derivative from tryptophan. Trypto.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what is written at biogenic? After biogenic?
Amine. Examples for
Oh,
biogenic amine.
okay,
Biogenic
thank you.
means the hormone derived from amino acid. So example for biogenic amine, epinephrine, which is a derivative of amino acid. This is tyrosine is an amino acid. So epinephrine is derived from tyrosine. Melatonin hormone is a derivative from tryptophan. I hope you're getting the point. Peptide hormone like insulin, glucagon, TSH, FSH, all are the protein or peptide hormone. Iodine related, the hormone that are coming from thyroid, those are called iodothyroid, which is T3 and T4. Triiodothyroid, the example for this is triiodothyroid, which is T3, or tetraiodothyronine, which is T4. Done? Can we move to the next? Next. We'll come back to the slide again. Discard. Yes. Insert. Now, on the basis of origin, endocrine is on the basis of origin of endocrine gland. First one is ectodermal, mesodermal, and then there is endodermal. Ectodermal origin, the first gland is pituitary, pineal, then second is ovary, testis. Endodermal includes thyroid. We need to study all these hormones: parathyroid, thymus, pancreas. These all are the glands that are ecto and meso and endodermal in origin. Note, adrenal gland having two parts. One is adrenal cortex, other part is adrenal medulla. In this part is mesoderm and this part is ectoderm. So you need to write down that under mesoderm it is adrenal cortex, very important, and under endoderm it is under ectoderm it is adrenal medulla. Did you got the point? Any difficulties there? Did you understood well? Sham, any doubts? Done, everyone? So you know which is you know the heterocrine gland, right? Which is the heterocrine gland? Come on, tell me. Pancreas, Okay, pancreas, and then only pancreas, everybody. Gonads, very good. Gonads, ovary and testes. Pot. I told you to remember the pot. Remember? P for pancreas, O for ovaries, and T for testes. Next. Mechanism of hormone action. Write down. Mechanism of action of hormone. One is a rapid acting hormone, other is slow acting hormone. The first one is rapid acting hormone. The first one is a rapid acting hormone. This one is rapid acting hormone. Please write down. The first one is rapid acting hormone. Under this category, you get biogenic, amine, and polypeptide proteins hormones. All the peptides hormones and the amine hormones are rapid acting hormones. In this, receptors, you write down this, you draw this, and then I explain you how it works. Please do write down this, draw this. Done? Is it done? No. What does this rapid acting hormone indicate? In rapid acting hormone, these are, as I said, the biogenic amines and polypeptide proteins. They are for short-lived. Okay, their lifetime is very short. They are short. They show a very short-lived effect. Okay, their receptors are present on the membrane. Their receptors are present on membrane. They work by formation of secondary messengers. They work by formation of secondary messengers. Okay, and these are water soluble hormones. These are water soluble hormones. They usually do not get inside into the target cells. They bind to the receptors. From the receptors, they can produce the secondary messengers and then transfer the signal inside the cell through the secondary messengers. They do not directly get enter into the cell. Is it clear? Yes, everyone. If you look into the diagram, you can see the hormone will come and bind here to the receptors. Okay. The hormone will come and bind to the receptors. After receptors, this hormone is not getting into the cell. It is binding to the receptor which is present on the membrane because it's a water soluble. It cannot cross the lipid bilayer. So then what happened? This will create the messengers, secondary messengers, a cyclic AMP or calcium that will carry further information, and for FSH is a function for the follicle stimulating. So then it brings the stimulation of or the growth of ovarian follicle. Are you getting the point? This is how the water or soluble or rapid acting hormones behave. They have receptors on the membrane. Any doubts to anybody there? Next. Any doubts to anybody there? Can you move to the next? Next. Do write down this. Draw this. Draw this. Done? No, what are you doing? Yeah. You have mechanism of hormone which are intracellular receptors like or slow acting hormone. So let us write down about this now. Padma, is it clear? This is slow acting mechanism of action of slow acting hormone. First we studied was fast acting. Now under slow acting it includes iodothyronine and steroids. They are slow acting but long lasting. Long lasting. The effect is long lasting. They are lipid soluble. Receptors are intracellular. They can cross the lipid bilayer and get inside the cell, and after that they work by transcription of DNA. They transcribe the DNA to form mRNA. mRNA get translated to form protein, so they can work like that. So working by transcription of DNA. Got the point? Usually the gene get expressed, the gene will produce mRNA, mRNA to DNA to mRNA, mRNA to protein, and that protein will bring the effect. Here the receptors are inside, intracellular. Clear to all? Are you all done here? Any doubts?
Ma'am, just wait for 1 minute.
Okay, fine. Done? Done, everyone. Let's move to the next. Any doubts? Please go through it. Everybody, please go through it. About the hormone, how the hormones act, which are the different types of hormone based on the chemicals, and what are the endocrine hormones. Can we move on to the next? Next, any doubts? Now, the endocrine system, as I said, the pituitary gland, pineal gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, the location, okay, thymus glands, pancreas, adrenal gland, ovary, and testes. Please draw this, like, at least you should know. If I talk about the pineal gland, it is about near the brain. When I discuss about adrenal gland, you should know it is about the kidney. So something like this, just draw quickly a very rough sketch of this, very rough sketch. Done. Next, the first gland that we'll study is a pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is a marble-sized gland at the base of the brain. Location is in the bony cavity called sella turcica. Remember sella turcica, everyone? The controlled by hypothalamus or other neural mechanism, and therefore it's a middleman. It is pituitary gland is controlled by hypothalamus. If you remember, hypothalamus is this part. This is the pituitary gland, and what is this part, which is connecting a hypothalamus and the pituitary? Padma, Shruti, what is this part? Prabhu Desai, Sham, quickly. Are you all there? Janil? This part is infundibulum, right? We studied this. This part is infundibulum. It's given here. Controlled by hypothalamus or other neural, because it is not a direct, it is controlled by the gland that is called hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is a master of all the glands. Okay. This is divided into adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Epithalamus is divided into adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Please write down this. Which cavity the pituitary gland is present? In the sella turcica. Important question. Done. Next. See, the pituitary is basically, let's draw this part. This is the hypothalamus. Okay. And here is the pituitary. Pituitary is located in the which cavity? Who can answer this? Hmm? Which cavity is this pituitary gland located? Hmm? Did you understood the question there? Can you hear me talking? Natasha, tell me into which cavity does this pituitary gland located? Natasha, can you hear me? Kaushik? Kaushik, can you tell me? Natasha, can you hear me? Christabel. Prabhadesai, can you hear me? Kaushik. It's sella turcica. Very good. Into which this pituitary gland is located. Is Natasha in the class? Yes, it's a sella turcica into which the pituitary gland is located. Pituitary gland is controlled by which gland? Who can answer this? Pituitary gland is controlled by which gland? Next question. Pituitary gland is under the control of which gland? Which is a master of master gland? Hypothalamus. Very nice, Padma. It's in hypothalamus. Next. Now, the pituitary gland is divided into two parts. One is neurohypophysis, other is adenohypophysis. Okay. Neurohypophysis, usually this pituitary gland has three lobes: anterior lobe, middle lobe, and the posterior lobe. It has three lobes: anterior, middle, and posterior. Posterior lobe is called neurohypophysis, whereas the anterior lobe and the middle lobe together is coming under the categories of adenohypophysis. Are you all getting the point? So, it in the adenohypophysis there is a middle lobe and the anterior lobe, whereas neurohypophysis consists of posterior lobe. Points are clear. Yes. Okay, fine. We'll study more about this gland in the next class. Go through this and do let me know if you have any doubts. Any doubts for today's class?
No, ma'am.
Is everything clear?